How did a beautiful young woman on top of her game, racking in millions from OnlyFans, become the center focus of a crime case for the murder of her boyfriend? But the question is, did she do it?
Has she ever threatened to kill you?
Thank you for dropping by my channel, Ghostly Crimes. If you're interested in crime cases, then hit the subscribe button. Today we'll be looking at the case of Courtney Cleaney. Courtney Cleaney was a 26-year-old OnlyFans model, earning close to $3 million. She had over 2 million followers on Instagram where she posted photos of herself, posing, and modeling. On her OnlyFans account, she was described as a, quote, full-time fitness model and foodie living with my 2 dogs. Courtney has appeared in a handful of adverts including Pepsi, Celebration Church, and Discount Dollars. Along with appearing in commercials, she has also done some acting work in a variety of TV and film projects. You can say her career was accelerating. On top of that, Courtney had recently moved in with her longtime boyfriend, Christian Toby Obamseli. The couple lived in Miami, Florida, a city known for its wild times. Courtney and Christian were living at the One Paraiso Residency, a luxury building in Miami, in a 3-bedroom penthouse on the 22nd floor with a view of Biscayne Bay. However, it seems all the money in the world couldn't make Courtney happy. So how did she go from OnlyFans model to an alleged murderer? And who was Christian? Christian was born April 12, 1994. He moved to Miami where he worked in cryptocurrency and had assisted Courtney with her work. Before this, he lived in Texas and attended Abilene Christian University and Texas Tech University. Christian was very close with his family and did everything with them. He was described as extremely compassionate with an infectious smile. Christian was a young man with so much life ahead of him. He was only a few days away from his 28th birthday. It was clear to people around them that Courtney and Christian had a tumultuous relationship. They had been dating for 2 years, but it was no doubt toxic and dysfunctional. Over the course of the 3 months they lived in their luxury apartment, the police and security were called to their unit 10 times. The couple were soon recognized for their fights that led to multiple noise complaints and physical altercations. Like the one I'm about to show you, that was only a couple months before Christian's death. I must warn you, this may be disturbing to some viewers. Courtney, although proud of the fact that she paid for the rent, had actually been behind by months. And the constant disturbances had staff at the condo building in the process of evicting the couple after the numerous complaints of domestic violence. Domestic violence incidents became so frequent. In a video recently released, you can see an argument between the couple. It's unknown what started the argument, though Courtney accuses Christian of flirting with other girls and tells him she had been sober for 2 weeks. I can't show the entire video, as it is disturbing. Courtney is seen attacking Christian while he reaches out to block her.
Hopefully, shut up! Hopefully,
you are the most
good shut hopefully you
you corny.
too. Get the out of here. This isn't even house.
Yeah, cool.
It's not my house. Like, you're just like my boyfriend. Get the out of here.
Just like your
I
boyfriend?
can actually get like.
Unfortunately, this is just one of many incidents. Vegas Metropolitan Police responded to the Cosmopolitan Resort and Casino on July 27, 2021 for a family disturbance call. Courtney was arrested and charged with domestic battery after telling police officers she threw a glass at Christian during an argument about not going to dinner the previous night.
Why am I here? What's going on?
My boyfriend and I just got into like a loud argument, calling each other names. He was upset with me because I fell asleep before dinner. We were going back and forth, like getting really loud. And I decided to call because we were getting really loud. It wasn't because I was like scared or anything. He wouldn't hurt me. That really is the main reason that I called, is because I didn't want, the embarrassment of getting a call about it.
So you called once again for what? Why did you call for help?
Because we were getting really loud.
Okay.
And I thought it was going to disturb everybody, so I felt the need to have him removed from the room. I was like, oh my God, we're gonna like do damage to the room or something. Not damage to each other. Like, I really want to like.
But why would you think?
That.
Why would you think that you were gonna do damage to the room?
like throwing something. Or like,
Did you throw something?
did I?
Yeah.
No.
Did anybody throw anything?
No, because I've done that before in our house. And I
What have you done?
thrown a glass at him, plate. And I could just see, like, the way that things were going, we were either gonna get loud, or I was gonna end up throwing something, or like get in trouble somehow. So I was like, you know what, I'm just nipping this in the bud.
Did you throw a glass or a plate at him today?
No.
Okay. So if
No,
I
this was before.
okay, so when I go to the room and I see a broken glass on the floor, where did the glass come from?
I don't know. I literally couldn't even remember how the fight started.
Okay, well,
Was there?
yeah.
Maybe I did.
Okay.
I'm being completely honest with you. I really like when they were asking me questions outside of the room. I feel like my brain is scrambled eggs right now. I'm starving. I just woke up. We've been drinking for we got here Friday.
Did anybody punch, hit, spit, throw anything at each other? Did he hit you or you did at him?
Well, I'm guessing that I threw a glass.
Did you remember throwing the glass?
No, I don't. But that sounds like me.
On one occasion, Christian claimed he was stabbed in the leg so badly that he could barely walk. A day later, he said he was hit in the head hard enough that he believed he suffered a concussion. Sadly, it doesn't stop there. In late January 2022, Christian said he received 2 nasty cuts on his cheek and chin. Christian said the alleged knifing resulted in a $4,000 hospital bill. Allegedly, these cuts opened numerous times because Courtney would hit him. In a haunting text to Courtney, Christian reveals he was afraid she would kill him weeks before he was fatally stabbed. He writes, quote, "Is love going to kill me?" In his text, he also reveals that Courtney would throw nasty slurs at him. According to Christian's friends, they had seen Courtney being abusive. Christian would often send text messages pleading with her, and even apologizing on numerous occasions. Courtney wasn't very apologetic. She would instead buy Christian gifts. As an example of this, Courtney threw Christian's belongings out their balcony into a retention pond, and as an apology, she bought him a set of Louis Vuitton luggage. As a result, Christian made excuses for her behavior, and this was the toxic cycle they were in. On April 1st, 2022, police were called to the apartment where Courtney and Christian lived. I'm going to play the police footage, but it is interesting to see how disheveled Courtney seems to be, constantly interrupting the building manager and contradicting what he says.
We had a domestic dispute.
Okay.
Basically, she lived.
Can you please let me into my apartment? Please?
Okay.
I have
Excuse me, hold on. What's going on?
Okay.
Where's your apartment? You have a key?
We have
Ma'am, you don't need to talk to me.
What's
What
going
are
on?
you lying about?
Where's your key?
I'm in my apartment.
So
I got
you got
locked
locked
out by my
up.
boyfriend.
Okay.
Okay, I'll get.
Okay, where's your ID or anything so you can let him know that you live in the apartment?
In my apartment.
So everything's in your apartment.
It's all under my name. I pay the whole rent. He has never paid a freaking dime of rent. And he somehow made friends with him to him here. I broke up with him. My mom came out. My mom came out to help me break up with him, and I just couldn't do it. He slept in my elevator room inside of a couch. I hope that there's a camera. He slept inside of a couch in my elevator room, which is stop. Is where I'm supposed to be. But I never would have called. The police for that.
You didn't call.
I didn't. Nobody.
I called.
You called.
Okay.
What's going on?
Okay, hold on,
Okay.
ma'am. Let him talk.
Okay.
Ma'am, hold on.
Okay.
Go ahead.
The front desk personnel. Okay. She informed us that Miss Courtney, her boyfriend, was trying to get into the elevator with her, but she had her hands out like this.
Okay.
And she had her hands out like this, and she was like, "Oh no, don't come inside the elevator."
Okay.
So initially, me and him, we went upstairs because he was down here for a long period of time. So we engaged in a conversation with her. We spoke to her. We said, "Do you want him to come up because he can't lounge in the lobby area because you know why? Because he's been just laying around on the couch and everything else. And some of the residents was feeling like, you know, why is he here and everything else."
Okay.
So we asked her. I said, "Do you want him to leave the property?" She said no. She don't want him to.
I did not say that. I said yes.
Hold on.
No, but the
Hold on. He's
on
talking.
now.
Then you talk.
Let him speak.
Let him speak.
Nigga, your turn. Nigga, your turn.
guys,
We were quiet when you were speaking. Why not?
She said no.
Hold on.
Okay, you'll defend
Hold on.
yourself once he's done.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk over each other. That's not what civilized
Okay,
people do.
so she said-
one
She
first,
said
then
no.
the other one.
I said, are you for sure? She said, yes, I want him to leave the property. I said, are you certain for sure, do you want him to leave? Oh, no. I said, so I'm going to call the police because he's causing a nuisance in the lobby area. Because he can't be in the common area. Unless he's going to be in your apartment, that's totally different, you know. So somehow she locked herself out of the door. So we had to come back down here to go retrieve the key. We get down here to the lobby area. Her boyfriend comes charging towards her, and we actually try to get in the middle of it. So I told Artisha to go get the keys so she can go back into her unit. The boyfriend actually came after her, and Paul was walking towards there. And then I just said, you know, enough is enough. Police need to be called. She said she don't want police to be called. But when it's in a common area and something happened like that, my safety is the residents first. We had residents out here, you know, filming and all this stuff going on in the lobby area and causing the nuisance. So I called because based on we still have him walking around the property and we need to have him removed. Last time we saw him, he was on the ground level.
okay.
So
Just let me know when my chances to talk. I'm not
You just
trying
want
to
to get into your apartment.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, but you
Time
told me I was
out. Time out. Let me talk. Okay.
I feel very like,
What's your name? Courtney?
Yes.
Okay, Courtney.
why do you have something against me, man? Like, I'm just trying to, like...
What has anything against you?
It seems like
We're
you don't
trying
like
to talk.
me.
So you just want to get back in your apartment. Unfortunately, he can't be here in the property.
That is totally fine.
Okay. So then,
He's been literally
so then
sleeping in my
what we're
elevator
gonna
room
do
without
is
permission.
what we're gonna do is
Alright.
we're gonna find him so he can leave the property and you get back to your apartment. What else do you
I
need?
was told I was going to get a chance to speak.
Go ahead, Courtney. What's going on?
Are you gonna listen?
We're listening. Go
Did he
ahead.
say something wrong?
Yes. Yes, they're all three here. Okay, so
Courtney, what do you have?
Did she
okay,
get
hold
back
on,
to her
hold on.
apartment?
It took me a long time to let them talk to me, so hold on. No, can you please just listen?
Just talk to them. I'm gonna talk to him.
Courtney, what's going on? What do you need?
Okay, can you please? Seriously,
What?
my boyfriend. I am not. Okay, he hasn't been any. Okay, I don't care. I'll hold it down. But I broke up with him about a week ago. I had my mom fly out. She stayed with me for a week. She tried to like get him out, and he kept sleeping in the elevator room inside of my like extra couch. And somehow, I said, okay, Mom, like, it's cool for you to go home today. I think I got it from here. I literally, like, took him to the airport this morning. I stayed in my apartment all day. I didn't take my dogs out for, like, 8 hours because I was afraid that when I came down here, he was going to be down. And when I did come down, I walked my dogs, and he was telling me he wouldn't leave me alone. I said, can you please just walk my dogs in peace? We're not together.
Courtney, does he have any property in your apartment?
He has so much. Can I, with respect, can I please? I just like my heart. I just feel like I'm not being heard. Okay.
Go ahead.
So I had a lot of opportunities to call y'all, and I did not. So when he's following me around this dog park, I said, "There is no, your time is up." Like that's it. And then all of a sudden, like he's following me to the elevator, and I said, "Don't follow me." This guy said he had fucking shelter. When I was upstairs and they showed up at my door, I said I showed him. I said, show me the fucking video. Like, I really got angry because that did not happen. All I did was take my dogs down. I feel like I am being like...
All right. So what do you want to say?
I want to be like, I want to be like exonerated, I guess, of like anything wrong. And I want him, okay, the police are here. I want a restraining order against Christian Abruzzelli.
We don't issue those.
Because,
Those
no,
just
I'm
go
serious.
to court.
Can I do that? Where
You have to
can
go
I
to court. You have to go to
okay,
downtown.
but how
or
can
get
I make
petition.
myself first? Because I know him and he would do it. How can I make myself first?
You got to get there first
175 Northwest First Avenue.
before.
175 Northwest.
Is he already on the way?
We have no idea. We don't even know how it looks like.
We don't even know who he is. How do we know that?
So your question is, I need a restraining order against him.
Okay, do you hear all this?
Listen,
Okay, they're listening.
who's on the phone with you?
Just my dad.
Okay, well, let me
Which I think is reasonable.
let me explain to you something with your dad on the phone, so you could hear me. You asked me, how can I get a restraining order against him? I answer you, we don't issue those. That's through court. You asked me, I need to get one before him. I told you, the only way is for you to get to court. Then you asked me, is he on the way already? And I asked you, I don't even know how he looks like. You understand? Your questions are making much of an.
I am. Right now, like, I have not always been a victim, but like right now, I'm a freaking victim in the situation. I'm scared to go downstairs to walk my dogs. I just walked them and I told him, you don't have a chance. And now, all of a sudden, this is all happening.
What's his name?
Christian Tobechiku Obumsali.
Christian?
Please, just like don't. Get me kicked out of my own apartment.
We just want to get him. We just want to.
I'm scared. I'm scared of him.
Take her up to the apartment. They're gonna take her up to the apartment. We're gonna go ahead.
Would it be okay if you guys, if one of y'all,
He has belongings here.
would it be okay if one of y'all talk to my phone? Because he is my attorney.
He has belongings here.
Please answer me.
He says he doesn't live here.
I know, but he has belongings here. He has belongings in there with you, right? He has property.
42,
So he has property in your apartment.
In my apartment, yes. And I pay $10,000 a month for it. He just pays zero for it. Yes. So I will have, I really, like, I will happily, I don't care what happens. I just don't, I don't want to ever
Courtney,
have to
let
deal
me
with
ask you this:
again.
for how long has it been sleeping in the apartment with you?
At this apartment, I mean, we moved in together technically like 2 months ago. But it was
2 months
my
ago.
name. It was my name.
Forget about whose name is it. That's not the question I'm asking. Okay? That's irrelevant. It really
Yeah,
is.
I need to calm down.
Okay? Listen to me. Answer my questions, please. Does he have property in the room in the apartment with you? A lot of property, you said. He's been with you here for about 2 months, right? Has he on and off, or is he staying with you?
For 2 months every day.
Staying with you for 2 months here with you? Okay.
Except for last week, he wasn't working.
So let me let you know something. He lives here. That person lives in that apartment with you. Okay. We cannot trespass anybody that lives in this place. So we can by law we cannot do this.
I know. I understand, and that's why I said I need to come down. I'm just so frazzled. I can't believe.
If you want, you can ask your dad. I don't know if he knows state of Florida law, but that's the way it works.
No, I understand, and that's I do understand that, and that is why I said, can I get a restraining order and get there first?
Listen, my
Because
answer
I have a
was
feeling
I already
he's
answered that.
crazy
You
and
got
I have to
it. Just go to the court. Explain to them what happened. And
Monday
explain
morning,
to them what you need. And if they grant it to you or not, I tell them you have to see a judge at court. Those type of restraining orders, they're granted by a judge.
So what can I do to be safe now? For my 2 dogs and I, what can I do?
Okay, explain to me why you don't feel safe.
I'm not comfortable.
Explain to me why you don't feel safe.
What am what?
Why is it that you don't feel safe with him? Has he threatened you? Was there any type of physical violence to you?
Yes, that's not really like my concern. It's just that like people just stop me. They're stalking me. My mom was here for a week. Telling me she caught him in the little couch. Like I have like a couch in my elevator room, and it's like turned sideways. And he like was sleeping in there, and she went outside, and she was like, what's moving in there?" And she pulled it, and she was
But
like,
okay,
"Oh,
listen.
there's skin." And she goes,
You want this person to completely disappear from your
Yes.
life. At the same time, you have him in your apartment here for 2 months with a ton of stuff in here.
But no, I know.
There's a process for this. You need
That's
the person needs to
understandable. As a woman.
gather their belongings. What is he saying? Does he want to leave?
Can I talk to you, sir?
Yeah. Hold on.
In my opinion, and this is just my opinion, she comes across as playing the victim. And her statement about wanting to be exonerated sounds calculating. I believe Christian wanted a restraining order and she wanted to make sure it was her who did it first. In all honesty, I don't think the policemen were falling for it either. Sadly, Christian wouldn't be able to get a restraining order, as just a couple days later, he would be dead. Key fob records reviewed by investigators show that Christian went out at around 1:15 p.m. and arrived back at their building at 4:32 p.m. with sandwiches from Subway. At the same time, Courtney was wrapping up an Instagram video posting shortly before Christian returned. She called him at 4:01 p.m. and again at 4:33, right before he walked in the door. Investigators concluded that Christian was stabbed sometime during that 13-minute window. At 4:57 p.m., Courtney called 911. She was heard on the call saying, "I'm sorry, baby." and a man could be heard in the background saying he couldn't feel his arm and he was dying. Meanwhile, neighbors had called building security to report a disturbance, as security subsequently called 911 as well at 4:46 p.m.
Ma'am, listen to me. You need to stop screaming on the line and give me the address.
3101.
You got a guy, I can't feel my arm.
3101.
I can't feel my arm.
Ma'am.
So my boyfriend is dying of a stab.
Ma'am, what is the address?
What's that? What's the address, baby?
3131.
3131 Northeast 7th Ave. Please, God, please. Come see my boyfriend.
Ma'am, is this a house apartment or a business?
512-745-3582.
Is this a house apartment or a business?
Baby, I'm so sorry. Baby.
We have to inform you that Christian did not make it. Okay. Unfortunately, the doctors did what they could. And
Christian is dead.
yes.
Oh my God. This is not real, right? Okay. No, there's no fucking way. Christian died? Okay. Can I please have a hug? Am I allowed to do that in here?
Sure. Yeah.
Relax. You'll be fine.
No.
Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Take deep breaths. Just take deep breaths. You're going to be okay?
Courtney told police that Christian had shoved her against the wall by the neck. Then he threw her to the ground. When she got up, she said she grabbed a kitchen knife and threw it at him from at least 10 feet away, piercing his chest. It is important to note that she ultimately provided police with several inconsistent accounts of events. She also told police, quote, "I really don't know if this was justified at all." Investigators also noted that she didn't have any injuries to indicate that she was attacked. Courtney had taken photos showing bruises on her arms and legs. However, one piece of evidence played during a hearing was of Courtney dancing with bruises on her legs. This was important because this was taken before the stabbing and discounts the allegations they were a result of him attacking her. In the 4 months between the incident and the model's arrest, Courtney's lawyer repeatedly asserted that the woman stabbed Christian in self-defense. Christian's family vocally opposed the idea, saying Courtney received preferential treatment because she was a white woman and he was a black man. In fact, Courtney was living freely. She moved back to Austin, Texas to be closer to family and spent $1.5 million on an extravagant home. So how were the murder charges laid? An autopsy performed by Miami-Dade County Chief Medical Examiner Kenneth Hutchins determined that the knife had fatally punctured an artery in Christian's chest. Hutchins concluded that the wound could not have been made the way Courtney said it was, but rather by a forceful downward thrust. He ruled the death a homicide. Miami police presented those findings to the state attorney's office and the investigation kicked into gear. Courtney Cleany was arrested in August 2022 on a second-degree murder charge. She was extradited from Hawaii to Florida. Her lawyer says his client was in Hawaii for substance abuse rehab and treatment for post-traumatic stress disorder. She is currently being held without bond while she awaits trial. Defense attorneys have argued that Courtney was legally justified when she killed Christian in the couple's Edgewater high-rise. Quote, "No ands, its, or buts. She called 911 immediately. She acted in self-defense," Courtney's attorney Frank Prieto said. Now, I do have my own opinions on this, but I am interested in hearing from you. Do you think Courtney's actions were justified? The state alleges that Courtney attempted to hide money just in case she had to leave the country to avoid a nasty trial, which is why she was a flight risk and is being held without bond. The young moneymaker funneled 2 large wire transfers of $1.1 million and $50,000 to her father's bank account after she stabbed Christian. As her business requires internet connection, Courtney could have very well worked anywhere in the world at the comfort of her own home, which goes back to her being a flight risk. In July 2023, a lawsuit filed by Christian's family stated security had been notified of a fight between the couple. But for 12 minutes, they did nothing until Courtney called the cops, admitting she had stabbed Christian. Recently, Courtney's parents, Deborah, 57, and her husband, Kim, 60, were arrested in Texas and extradited back to Miami. The couple is charged with 1 count each of unauthorized access of a computer system or electronic device of Christian's. And Courtney is also facing the same charge. While a trial date has not been set, prosecutors are working to build their case against Courtney and convince a jury that this was not self-defense but second-degree murder. Now, I don't believe any of the statements Courtney has made against Christian. It is clear to me from the video evidence and statements that Christian was a victim in this relationship. Christian seemed to truly love Courtney, even forgiving her when she was in the wrong. It is sad to see someone's life taken at such a young age. I suppose we'll just have to wait and see what happens to Courtney. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, take care and stay safe.